Hello, it's David. I'm back after a long while, but we've all been occupied in this COVID and overdose, multi-crisis life that has been laid upon us these days. I'll try and be quick because the uploading takes forever otherwise. So I'm gonna start with checking in. I am on six milliliters of methadose and 2 milligrams of clonazepam daily. I am tapering slowly as it is a tough time in our lives, and since I'm doing so well, I don't want to screw it up. And I just want to tell you that in March was 6 years since I've used heroin or have put needles in my arms. I have I have went into a rehabilitation program over 6 years ago. So here you go, guys. Whew, it's possible if you fight. Maybe you'll get gray along the way, lose some teeth, but hey, I've always been the kind of person who's tried everything that was offered to me and out there, every type of resource and help out there, basically, which is part of the reason I'm alive. And ironically enough, I also want to briefly talk about a friend who had a slip up, what we call, which is, a couple of days of using, a few days, and then you jump back on the horse and you get back to your life. You do not resume your old addiction, life. You do not become an active user again. And we do have slip ups in recovery, and that's all right. For me anyway. Anyhow, I had to be a person for a bit who supplied someone with clean gear and clean kits, as I've been distributing some test strips and clean gear in the streets anyway as part of the Denman and Comox Valley outreach program. I want to help them as I am part of the community, and we are all one. We are all part of the community. I also, made sure that when he used, he did it when I was around in front of me, which was very challenging, especially after 6 years, but it ended up being a bit traumatic, and I had to rethink some things in my life, but I know this is what I meant to do, to help others in need, because I have a way out, and I am the living proof. Also, I want to say that the BC coroners have reported already 500 deaths in the first 3 months of this year. April has not been put on record yet, so we've probably dealing with over 600 deaths already this year. There was 158 in March, and there is an increased toxins in the drugs being detected. Like last year, the street dope that was randomly tested was only showed about 15% presence of benzodiazepines, but this year it's already showing 51%, which is huge. A lot of these benzos and sedatives are not responsive to naloxone kits, or do not show on those test strips, like flurazepam and etizolam and clonazepam, for example. You gotta be careful. And also carfentanil is showing a lot more in the dope that's around, which is something like fentanyl, but 100 times stronger, I hear, So please be careful out there. I have also heard reports that there has been no deaths reported at these safe injection sites that have opened up, that are under witness and monitored. And it's great. I think we should open up more of these. I think we are in need of more staff right now, more education, more people with lived experience who are willing to come out and maybe share their knowledge and educate. I think that's our next step, is educate, educate, educate. And since COVID is putting restrictions so much on everything these days, again, I've tried a couple of the Zoom meetings finally after such a long time of resistance, and it turns out that they were quite interesting, and I liked taking part in them. So you can also connect with people that way if you need to. Other than that, all the power to you, and all we can do is keep on keeping, which means make sure our corner is good and we are okay, and then pass on to others that which we have. Peace. One love.